Hi there and welcome along to another workout for you to row along to. It's day 21 of the 30 days of 30-minute workouts, and this row was originally streamed live onto YouTube, but I'm also repackaging it as a standalone row that sits within the rest of the library. Okay, so apologies if I refer to the online kind of shared interactive YouTube thing, all right? What we're going to do today is slightly similar to one we did a couple of days ago, but also not quite, because we're going to break this into 4-minute intervals. Okay, we're going to do 7 4-minute intervals, and 4 7s is only 28. So what happens with the 2 minutes at the end? I'm about to tell you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go each of these 4-minute intervals at 18, then 22, 24, 26 strokes a minute, and then back down the other end of the pyramid, 24, 22, 18. And that gives us 7 intervals. But with that little 2 minutes at the end, we're going to go whoosh right up to 28 strokes a minute and have a fast finish. Okay? Now, pace-wise, you're going to start at 18 strokes a minute at 2k plus 20 to 22 pace. Then when you go up to the 22 strokes a minute, I want you to go 5 seconds faster than how you started, okay? Then, when you got to the 24, 3 seconds faster than that. And then when you get to the 26, 2 or 3 seconds faster than that, okay? Just depends how you feel by the time you get to the 26. And then back off those pace amounts as you come back down the other side of the pyramid so that you end at the 18 strokes a minute at 2k plus 20 to 22 pace again, okay? That 20 to 22 is basically, you decide the starting point depending on how much energy you have today and how tough a workout you want it to be, because those 2 seconds will make a difference. And then the 28 strokes a minute that we're going to tag on to the end, that I want you to go fast. I want you to go right about 2k plus 5 or faster if you can, all right? And that's going to give you a really good, strong, hard finish. And that's what's going to turn this into a really kind of mid-tier workout, maybe nudging into top tier. But as being today's a freestyle workout, then hopefully that's going to be kind of what you need, all right? Now, I'm going to now cut the video into the live YouTube stream that I made so we can get into the warm-up and all that kind of stuff. So enjoy your row, and I will see you I'll see you in the YouTube stream version. Let's quickly get into a warm-up because there's 6 minutes to go until the race starts, so we might as well quickly just make sure we're warm, and I will talk to you about what today has in store while we're doing the warm-up. So around about 18 strokes a minute, 2k plus, in fact, I'm going to quickly put the view to, sorry folks, this is never good, is it? There we go. Okay, 18 strokes a minute, around about 2k plus 20. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. It's always a shambles, this live thing, isn't it? I've actually been in here for the past half hour, setting up all the tech and stuff, and then at the last minute, everything suddenly turned off. So I spent the past 5 minutes battling technology to make sure I could get back up and live again. And so that's thrown off my timing for the warm-up and things. So, just make sure to use this as a warm-up. Don't go too hard from the start. Make sure your body just eases into it. Now, day 21 of the 30 days of 30-minute workouts is a freestyle row. So you pick how you want to row this morning, or evening, whenever you're doing it. You can do a time trial where you see how far you can get in 30 minutes. You can do just a standard 20 strokes a minute, 2k plus 18 pace for the whole half hour. You can try and push the stroke rate. So do that 20 strokes a minute, but try and get closer to 2k plus 15 or faster. You can even do 20 strokes a minute and see how far you can get with that rate cap. That's a nasty row, that one. But what I'm doing today is a little similar to what we did a couple of days ago, where we're going to go 18, 22, 24, 26 strokes a minute, and then back down the other side of the pyramid, 24, 22, 18. But we're only going to split them into 4-minute intervals. And 4 7s is only 28. So what we're going to do for the last 2 minutes, well, we're going to jump up to 28 strokes a minute for a fast finish. So you're going to go 18 strokes a minute at 2k plus 20 to 22 pace. This is if you're following me, by the way. You can do what you want, but this is what I'm doing. 18s at 2k plus 20 to 22, then 22s 5 seconds faster, 24s about 3 seconds faster than that, and then 26 2 or 3 seconds faster than that. And then you go back down the pyramid again, easing off, back down the pace so that you finish off the 18s at 2k plus 20 to 22. But then you have that little 2-minute chaser right at the end, which I want you to do around about 28 strokes a minute and 2k plus 5 or faster. Or at least that's what I'm hoping for. Let's see. Alright, one more stroke here for the warm-up. I know we didn't do the single leg stuff. I'll do that at the end for the cool down, but for the time being there's 45 seconds to go until this morning's erg race starts. Now remember, if you're rowing along with me on YouTube, then there is a delay. So if you're doing this on erg race as well, watch your monitor on erg race, not me, because there's like a 4-second delay between the two of us, between YouTube and erg race. So if you're waiting for me to say go, everyone will already be 4 seconds ahead of you. So right, I'm gonna have a drink. I'm trying to do it quietly. There's a danger to live rowing. Excuse me. Right, okay, so we're at 0. Sam from Fitness Matters, who runs the races, will now be doing all his gubbins in the background to get it all connected. Entries are now closed. You can see up here somewhere, that's my monitor. Yeah, there you go. That's my, well, obviously I think you've probably worked that out already. That's my erg race screen, which is up there showing me what's going on. So you can see that my metrics while I'm rowing, just out of interest. But like I said, you don't have to do this as the 18, 22, 24, 26, 24, 22, 18 pyramid. Right. I can see folks here. Oh, looks like Michael's back. Good job. I hope your back's okay. Oh, there you go. Yeah, morning. Okay. Are you going to join me for that? Okay, cool. Okay, so 18 strokes a minute, 2k plus 20 to 22 start. Getting prepared to race. Okay, so I'm going to shut up. I'll talk you through what comes up on the screen so you've got an idea of when I'm going to start, but apologies that you don't get the normal. Okay, sit ready. Attention. Go. So, hopefully that was enough timing for the folks who are going to watch this as a standalone video rather than the YouTube live. But it is a little bit of a surprise. The race software, it's not like a standard 3, 2, 1, go. There is a little bit of a hesitation in there. I don't know whether that's designed for race starts to make it a bit more exciting. Who knows? Anyway. So this first 4 minutes, 18 strokes per minute at 2k plus 20 to 22 pace. It's a good way to do it because they're only 4-minute intervals. So you will feel like we'll race through this half hour, but then that last 2 minutes, if you're really going for it, will probably feel like it's 4 minutes long, but it'll only be 56 strokes, so hopefully it'll be okay. So how are we getting on with race situation then. Sam is leading the way. Then Mark, Michael, Matthew Tilt, and then me in last place. But we'll see, I'm not that far off Matthew in fourth, so maybe the rate and pace pyramid will be enough for me to catch him, but then I'll probably then lose him as I come back down the other end, so, or he'll catch me more. Oh, it's cold in here today, got to say. Got the heater on for the first time, which probably means give it another couple of minutes and I'll start to overheat. I'm just using this first 4-minute interval to try and make sure I continue that kind of warm up. Body's a little bit stiff after yesterday's climbing wall fun with the family, but it's not much of an excuse. I'm still pretty much holding the right pace. I might leave for the main video when I edit it together. I might, because sorry. The downside to Erg Race is it doesn't send my stroke data to the logbook, so I can't give you the graphics to show how I'm doing. I'll try and work something out. Okay, one more stroke at 18, and let's kick up to 22s, and a whole 5 seconds faster. Now this is a real jump in pace, so don't worry if you take 5 or 6 strokes to hit the rhythm and the pace that you need to be rowing at 22 and what's likely to be between 2k plus 15 and 2k plus 17 pace. And like most of the mid-intensity workouts that I program, this one will take you up there intensity wise. By the time we get to the 26 strokes a minute, you should be at that point of really needing to push and concentrate on putting in the power to hold the pace. Whereas right now, it's kind of just about making sure you stay at the right stroke rate, and the pace will hopefully be taking care of itself. By the time that 26 happens, you will be holding on a bit more. But even though that will certainly feel a little tougher, because you then come back down the other side of the pyramid, that intensity doesn't really remain. So you kind of dip, well, not a toe, I think a full leg will get dipped into the intensity puddle. But you'll gradually ease it out, and then that last 2 minutes will just take the intensity back up again. This is a really good example of the kind of intensity you should be feeling for a mid-tier. The top tier really should feel max, and top, which you certainly won't be feeling now. You might feel for the last 2 minutes, but on average, the whole workout is a mid. Okay, 2 more strokes. 1 more. 24 strokes a minute. 3 seconds faster. So I'm jumping from plus 15 pace to plus 12. And in the most part, this is still just about increasing that push from my legs. Push harder gives me a faster drive speed, and because I have a good ratio, a 2-to-1 drive to recovery, where my drive is twice as fast as my return, my stroke rate goes up. And then a combination of the fact I'm putting in more power and that is giving me 2 strokes a minute more than before is what results in the pace increase. But this all kind of happens that way if you have something resembling a good technique, or at least a consistent technique across each stroke rate. Because I keep my arms nice and straight and that forward lean and endeavour to row at the same rhythm, then that's why just increasing stroke rate means more speed. And again, I'm not being flippant. I'm not saying it's easy to get into the right positions. Those arms straight, forward tilt, shins vertical, and a good posture at the front. I know some people struggle, sometimes due to just flexibility, but often or sometimes maybe. There are people out there with shoulder replacements and new knees and things, so I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Oh, okay, 4 strokes, and then we got to 26 in 2, 1. Here we go. More power from the legs, and you're looking for 2k plus 9 or 10 here, ideally. If you started on the softer end, then it'll be between 2k plus 9 and 2k plus 12. Now, like I thought, because my pace has been gradually increasing, I've overtaken Matthew Tilt, but I do wonder whether he'll catch me back up again on the way back down this pyramid. Whew. It definitely does get the intensity up there, this shift to 26, but it shouldn't be anything that you feel you can't get to the end of. There's only 2 more minutes at this rate and pace, and then it all starts to get easier again. I seem to be just dropping to 25 every now and then. Need to concentrate on my hands away from my body. Get them nice and straight. Let the momentum of my arms coming forwards be what sets my back. Tilt. Oh, halfway there. 15 minutes to go. And then, because of that forward momentum, I'm already recovering. I just have to bend my knees in order to get to the front of the machine again, ready for the next stroke. And I can keep my stroke rate up because of those hands away. Okay, almost at the end of the 26s. 3, 2, 1, down to 24, and 2 or 3 seconds slower. It may take you 5 or 6 or 12 strokes to settle into the right rate and pace. Just focus on your breathing. Give yourself a good rhythm between your breath and your stroke, which is a little bit harder for me as I'm still talking to you. But I can feel it all getting a bit more comfortable as we get further through these 24s. And then it will continue to get easier until 2 minutes to go, and then that final push. And don't worry if this feels more intense than the 24s on the way up, in order to hold the same pace. Whereas I was probably only a 6 to 7 out of 10 on the way up. This certainly felt like an 8 out of 10 as we entered it. It's probably a 7 now. But it's certainly not a 6. Okay, 1 minute to go, then we slow down. And just because we're slowing down doesn't mean you do anything weird with your stroke. You still need to hold your form the way you were on the way up. Forward lean, straight arms, push the machine away with your feet. Hang on. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. 22s and a good 3 seconds slower. Now, like I was saying, try and keep your technique as natural as possible here. Don't flop around with a collapsed posture just because you're easing off the pace. It's really easy to kind of just lazily let everything fall apart as you go through these recovery intervals. But you want to make sure that as you hit the 28 at the end, you do so with your proper racing technique. And if you start to let things slip now, you may get into a bad habit when it comes time for those 28s. So do think about your back up on your sit bones at the front of the machine, pivoted, tilted, hinged over your hips, so that you are leaning in to the front of the machine to round about a 1 o'clock position on a clock face, and then hold that lean as you push the machine away with your feet, and only when your legs are about halfway through the drive do you finally swing over your hips from that forward lean to a backward lean. And you're really just wanting to mirror the body angle. So 1 o'clock forwards, 11 o'clock backwards. And then quickly, with those hands away, you tilt back in to that forward lean again as you recover by bending your knees. So your arms should be straight, back in its tilt before you bend your knees. Oh, here we go. 2 more. And down to 18 from now. Oh, this will feel, hopefully, a lot easier. Try and return to the pace you started today's row off at. So I was 2k plus 20, which means 2:05 pace, because I say current 2k time, but I've not done a 2k for a long time, but it's 7 minutes on the nose divided by 4 gives me 1 minute 45 as my average 500 meter time across the 2k. Even if I started fast and ended slow, the average across the entire row is 1:45. So 2k plus 20 means I row at 2:05 pace. And it also means that in just over 2 minutes time, when I boost up to 28 strokes a minute, I want to be rowing round about 150 pace, which is 2k plus 5. We'll see if I can go faster, but once I get to the higher rates and paces, it becomes a bit more awkward to talk to you at the same time, and I'd rather back off a couple of seconds so that I can talk to you, but also because it still helps me with my shoulder rehab, not going super fast. Not the 150 super fast, of course, but it is up there for me when it comes to this shoulder injury. Right, less than a minute to go, so just make sure that you're ready to snap in to the 28s. It's all about more of a leg drive. The tension on the handle, if you're hanging off it with a forward lean and straight arms, will feel more powerful, but it's not because you're pulling harder. It should be because you are pushing harder with the legs and getting that force into the handle. Okay, 3, 2, 1. You ready? Here we go. Really push into the machine. Don't be alarmed if you start too fast. Just settle into your pace and rate. So I'm 2K plus 3 or 4. Let's see if I can hold this through to the end, which isn't that far away. It's only a total of 2 minutes at this pace. Keep that leg drive powerful. 1 minute to go. It's all about the legs. Come on, John. I can feel my legs fading, but I'm not going to let them, because there's only 40 seconds. So stay strong. Keep pushing with the legs. 30 seconds. Arms straight. Push. Almost there. All right. Keep your stroke rate, but push harder. Push. 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 Last one. Oh. I love that session. Finishing down at 145 pace just feels so rewarding after all of the effort that goes into the half hour that led up to it. Where's my monitor switched off? Let's hope that's saved. I have no battery, that's why. I'm amazed it made it to the end with the fact I have 0, oh no. Maybe I do have 0 battery, but it's just got enough life in it for me to reset it. Let's see, Norris Cole. Feels strange watching without rowing along. I hope it was entertaining. Listening to my chat. Still got 5 people watching, hey! Right, so for the 5 people watching, if you are rowing, we're about to go into a cooldown, or 6, woo! Yeah, we're about to go into our 2-minute cooldown. let's do this at around about 18 strokes a minute, and that 2k plus 20 pace, and then we're going to slide into neutral. Okay, we'll just ease off after about 15-20 seconds, and then ease the pace off. So here we go then, at 3, 2, 1, let's cool down. I've realised I always say, let's go, as we start each thing, but hey, everyone needs a catchphrase between hi there and welcome along to another workout for you to row along to, and let's go. I did like, there's a guy on the Concept 2 community who was actually the one that gave me the reason to talk about how some people have physical limitations like replaced shoulders and knees and things, because he does. But Colin said at the end of it, he's like, I really like your videos because there's some talk about drag, but there's no brag, which actually made me feel really happy because, listen, I know that there are elements, like at the end of that one where I say how pleased I was to hit 145 pace, but as much as I talk about what's going on with me and my life and how things are going on, I try not to make it a bragging thing that's about me. Okay, I don't want it to be, hey, I'm up here at 130 splits. Can you try and keep up with me? Come on, you can do it. Come on, team. No, if I ever start saying that, feel free to unsubscribe and send me a abusive email. This is why all of my workouts are time-based rather than distance-based. There we go, I'm done with the cool down. You don't have to stop cooling down. Of course, you can carry on cooling down, or you can get off and stretch. See, there's another of my catchphrases. If you are going to stretch, I recommend quads, hamstrings, hip flexors, some supine twists for your back, maybe stretch off your shoulders, do your biceps. Biceps is that way, isn't it? Yeah. And then if you want to do your forearms, here, pray, good day for a Sunday, and then just bring your hands down so you kind of press into yourselves that way, and you'll feel right under here stretches. So if you are the kind of person that grabs early and this muscle gets sore, then pray, push into each other, and you will feel it under there, okay? And also that helps as well if you interlinked, is a Blade Runner 2049 reference, and kind of interlock your fingers and push out, that also gets under there. Anyway, right, sorry, I was saying something, but I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, the reason that all of my rows are time-based instead of distance-based is so that we can all finish together. I mean, how awful would it be if I'm like, right, today we're going to do 8,000 meters, and then I do it in 30 minutes dead, and you're rowing along and you've still got 2.5 kilometers to go, and you'd be like, oh, what do I do now? Because, yeah, you do that. And I mean, listen, it's not about me, it's about you. I'm trying to help you get fitter, faster, stronger, row with the slightly better techniques so you don't get injured, all that kind of stuff. So why would I start to go, come on, I'm the best? Because I know I'm not. What things I know about me. One, I talk quite a lot when I'm making these videos. That's kind of about it. And I don't normally, like I said before, I'm normally quite quiet, but I think there's something about strapping on a microphone, my Janet Jackson headset microphone now. All right, so quick glitch edit there, just so that I can come in I've just ended the YouTube stream, and I can now say goodbye to you folks that have been watching it as the standard YouTube video. So thank you very much for being part of today's workout. There wasn't that many YouTube references, so hopefully it didn't feel that weird. I mean, we didn't do the single leg stuff for the cool down, did we? I hope you don't mind we didn't do that. Oh no, I feel a bit worried now. If you want to, if you're used to doing the single leg stuff, then you could do that yourself. Remember, it's just single leg, arms and body only, and then legs only if you want to just kind of do them. But I'm off to the cinema in 10 minutes time, so I have to wrap up, I'm afraid. I'm taking the kids to go and see No Time to Die, because they've never seen a Bond film in the cinema before, and I'm quite excited about taking them because it is an experience, isn't it? Because it's big, loud, bangy, woo! So yeah, although I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to spend the entire film explaining to Holly what's going on, that's why I had to do yesterday when we watched Spectre at home. At least I've already seen it. I'm not going to miss anything. Anyway, so thank you so much for being here for this one. If you are coming along for day 22, which is the next one, that's back to a bottom tier row, a nice recovery, regenerative, which after today's row, if you did it the same as me, or if you did it as a time trial, should be quite welcomed. So I look forward to making that one for you and seeing you in that one. Something went all robotic there. So make sure and leave some kind of comment somewhere. Let me know how you get on. If you want to use a hashtag, let's just do hashtag Bond, okay? Because I'm off to see. That's 2 days in a row I've talked about it, so we might as well. So hashtag Bond lets me know that you came this far into the video. Yeah, and I will see you in the next one. So please look after yourselves. Stay safe. Be well. Bye bye.